Satnam. I wanted to kind of share what is happening right now with this upcoming full moon. Some of you are, if you're in the southern hemisphere, it's happening now. If you're in the northern hemisphere, it's about to happen in your morning in a few hours. And I just kind of wanted to let you know and inform you of a couple planets that are going direct and that have gone direct. Hi, Satnam. And just to give you kind of the feel of what the onset is and how to intuit this this celestial event. It's pretty miraculous to kind of have all these planets go direct simultaneously within a short period of time on this October month during this lunation of this Aries full moon, which is so perfectly aligned with new beginnings. I mean, in a sense that full moons are a combination of what is already, in motion. However, it's Aries, it's the beginning, it's beautiful, it's exciting, it's all the things. And it's also, I want to just kind of share too that Mars is opposite the moon, and it is this, sacred masculine, and it wants to take action, and Aries is very fearless and confident. But anyway, so I took a few notes that I wanted to share specifically right now with you live. I've been getting a lot of DMs from real people that really like these live chats on the lunations and these cosmic events. So I'm going to try my best to do more of them, and just to kind of give you a little update and give you some tools to navigate during this time and what to focus on and redirect and course correct and stay on the mission, so that you can always have that as a tool for you. So we are entering a time now where we have these planets that are stationing direct, like I mentioned, at the same time. Pluto, Saturn. Pluto and Saturn did on the new moon in Libra a couple weeks ago. And on the 18th, Mercury and Jupiter stationed direct, and on the same day. And so we're having this momentum of energy that is picking up. It has a lot of velocity, it has a lot of momentum. So, these planets carry a lot of different energy that's culminating, right? Because full moons are about culmination. So there's a sense of responsibility with Saturn going direct. So being responsible for your actions, being responsible for your reality, being responsible how you allocate your own energy, which is a very, very powerful thing to be aware of, especially right now, right? Because we're, info dementia. There's a lot of stuff being broadcasted and thrown at us. So, being responsible where you and how you and what you focus on. And Pluto is about empowerment. So is that energy of empowerment or disempowerment, depending on how you relate to it. And we also have a very interesting momentum of how we have a clarification, or, we're getting a clarity in our own communication, because Mercury is stationed, ready to go direct, or is going direct, or has gone direct already. Satnam, hi everyone. And of course, we have Jupiter, which is all about joy and expansion, again, going back to that responsible energy of what you focus on, and then that you focus on will expand it more so, right? Because, it's a vibrational planet, and if it gets amplified and more magnetic, then you have a result in that way. Thank you, Ida. So you have a result in that way. So this is all taking place right now. This is all taking place right now, leading up into this Aries full moon, and it's just amazing. And I did share a little bit about Mars, and I want to go into a little bit more depth with it. Mars will be opposite the full moon, like I mentioned earlier, and it's in Aries, and Mars rules Aries, or Aries rules Mars, depending on how you see that and how you relate to that. So this is kind of an opposition, and when we have these oppositions, we're reminded that we are on a polarity planet, right? There's a yes, there's a no. There's the sun, there's the moon. So because this is an opposition and it's really kind of a Libra moment, right? Because we're still in this Libra sun experience that, it's really asking us to harmonize what is out of balance within ourselves. So because Libra rules opposite sides, and when it comes together in balance, so this is a very harmonizing event for you, for us, for the planet, for everything that, is involved in this manifestation of our human existence on the planet. So it's a very optimum time to harmonize spirit, harmonize your relationship to spirit. There's life and there's death. And I was just at a cafe earlier this morning talking with 3 remarkable humans, and we were kind of all experiencing similar experiences, but different phases in our lives. For 2 of us, it's very present in the moment now, and it's just, it's that facing the polarity that's showing up for you and navigating it by opening up the heart, by being receptive to what wants to communicate and how to allow it, and give yourself the invitation to be yourself in that experience, in that exposure, in that opportunity, for lack of a better word, if it makes any sense. So again, this is all about acceptance of the polarities, of our dark side and our bright side, of our anger and our joy, of our loving and our hate, because it's all within us. I love this person, but I don't necessarily like this person, and to be accepting of that inner knowing and to harmonize it and balance it and be okay with that, right? So this Mars opposition to the moon in Aries which is in its own sign, which is extra powerful. All these planets that are stationing direct, and Aries is just associated, depending on how you see the zodiac, it's kind of associated with being like the first sign in the zodiac, and Mars literally means like direct forward momentum. So there's a velocity that things can have rapid growth and rapid expansion, right? Because Mercury is also direct, and Mercury kind of governs all the information and all like communication. So once it was stationed, you kind of permeate, and then now that it's going to go direct, it's like this pivotal moment of quickness. There's going to be just quickness, and because we still are in this Libra sign in the sun, or this sun in Libra, it is air, and air just travels quicker, it's fast, it's unstoppable. So anyway, so I just wanted to kind of let you know about that, and it has that forward momentum, and it's just an incredible moment right now. We're having an incredible moment and an incredible opportunity to take advantage of the energy that's in, right? And for some of you are probably asking, so what does this mean? How can I take advantage of this energy? And it's just by accepting where you came from and where you're going. As simple. It's really as simple as that. Like your origin. In the teachings of the Tea, in the teachings of Cha Dao, it's returning to the indigenous soul, returning to the self again, to the self origins. In yoga, in like Sattva yoga or Ashtanga yoga, it's, returning to, your truest nature, your original origin, which is love, as a cliche as it sounds, and some of you can't relate to it because it's just not conceptualized in your, mental projection, and it's fine, it's not for everybody to understand that I am love and love is I, but that's really what you're culminating in this moment, right? And bringing harmony, restoring the harmony from within you, right? So if we're not in touch with who we are at soul level, we will not know how to navigate, because we are not tuning into our original frequency, which is love, right? Which is GOG, which is source. Again, however, the highest version of yourself, the version of you after landmark, whatever, you know what I mean? The part of you that can be better, that can do better, that knows better, that part of you. Right? If you can't connect to love. And so, and I mean, we are all that. We are all one, but, the mind kind of separated us at one point, right? So, and we all come from the seed, and that seed is what is planted at the beginning of time, however you conceptualize yourself. I am kind of going off on a tangent, which I don't want to do because then it won't make any sense. But but yes, this is kind of just what I wanted to share with you, that, you are source and source is you. And when you go within to tune in, relax. Relaxation is the key. Relax, be you, When you're multitasking, when you're not 100%, you're not present when you're multitasking. You're distracted, right? You're distracted and you're just making life more complicated. But when you're focused in the now and you're connecting to you, the wholeness of you, then that's your original nature, your truest nature. This is a time to relax and appreciate. When you appreciate, you tune into that, right? And in these full moon teachings, in these full moon lunations, you want to go into graciousness, gratitude, and it's a funny story to think back on how I first came into contact with gratitude. So I'm Mexican-American, origin Mexico. Both my parents are from Mexico and first-generation immigrants to the States. And my mom had us pretty early, and this might be a TMI. I don't know how much, my mom allows me to share about my upbringing, but I'd never understood gratitude the way that allowed me to expand, right? Because my mom, she did great. I mean, she allowed me to be myself, and I believe that is the greatest gift you can give to a child. However, she would say things like, "You're so ungrateful, malagradecida." And I never understood what that meant until I got older and got into the teachings of gratitude and meditation. And I was like, oh, because it was never taught to be grateful, so I didn't know what that meant. But for my own interpretation as a child within my innocence, I knew that I was grateful. I might have not shown it because I didn't know how to show it because I was never taught, right? It wasn't role modeled to me how to be grateful, right? So this is the time for gratitude and acceptance, and the ego, the ego likes to, be busy. The ego likes to think, complain, and be dissatisfied and talk and do. And ultimately to do all of that at once. That's what the ego does. That's what the ego likes to do. And that's okay, right? But you got to return back to your natural state. And that is just being. That is just being, to be at one with Source, just to appreciate. So when you feel that love, when you feel that connection to love, your Source embraces you in a sense, right? Source energy embraces you, and you just relax and your mind will get quiet, and you're grateful for the moment. And you are awakening, you are awakening where you come from. You're being present. You dissolve. You let it be magical. And these forecasts, these lunar events, these cosmic events, these are all just a reflection and a reminder of how we are in constant change and constant flux, and the ability to be able to pivot and remember to return to our origin is that opportunity of returning to love, right? So I'll leave you with this one thing to reflect on. So allow love in. This is just something to take with you. Allow love in. Love is always there. It is Source. It is everything. When you allow love in, you will be wakeful, right? This is the awakening that everybody keeps talking about, that's trending. To be in love. When you tune into love at this level, you learn that everything is eternally perfect. You are eternally perfect as you are. Love is a divine field of infinite energy, infinite growth from which all creation comes from. You don't need to change anything about yourself. You just need to allow yourself to be yourself. Just be yourself. So the idea that you need to work on yourself and change something, it is just your mind telling you that something is wrong, and there is nothing wrong with you. You just need to allow yourself to be yourself. You are source exploring itself. You are source. You're that infinite thing, macrocosm that, came from stardust and returns to stardust, experiencing itself in a nervous system through a body. Right? It's a spark. So you are creativity, you are imagination, you are an adventure. And you are good enough, period. You have everything. You just need to be in a place of acceptance and remember that. The big illusion is that things are wrong, right? The big illusion is that things are wrong and they're keeping us from actually being with what is love. Right? The things that are activating what is love and the shifting, and what is shifting the earth really rapidly. We're all feeling it, right? You're feeling it. It's undeniable. You can't deny it. You can't ignore it. It'll persist. So, and of course, life happens, and we have seasons, and New Year's coming, and some of you are experiencing autumn going into winter. I'm experiencing spring going into summer, and you can't change it. It just is, and you just accept it. It's natural. It's nature. So that is being alive. Being in a place of acceptance. You accept it. You accept that this is where I'm at, and being at one with Source is the beginning of our life. So I leave you with that. Just reflect on it. Think of ways of where you can return to love. Come back to the wholeness of who you are, and and once you remember that, you in tune help others remember that too, right? So that is my full moon musings for you on this platform. And of course, I'm always offering lunar workshops with Live Kick, and you can find the link in my bio to join in. I'll be teaching live tomorrow morning. Might be your evening tonight. So please feel free to join me. If this will be your first time joining me, I always do a gratitude journaling during full moons, and on new moons, it's a different experience. And so yeah, please join in. It'll be great to see you and just merge with you. All right. May all your blessings multiply, everyone. All the love. Stay on your mission. Don't be distracted. Sat Nam, Sat Nam. All the waves. I think I have a little bit of a moment to catch some of your comments, just to scroll. Lots of loves, lots of hearts. So sweet. Yes. Thank you, everyone. The big illusion is that things are wrong. Yeah, there's nothing. We're just experiencing life. We're just, Thank you, loved it. So comforting listening and watching you. So sweet. Thank you. Mil gracias, Mayra. So grateful for you and your wisdom. Thank you. Yay. All right. Well, I sign off. My kidders are coming. Soleil's coming. Hi, mi amor. Yeah, baby.
Snail in the whale show is so cool.
The snail in the whale show is so good. Okay, I'm off to go catch the snail in the whale. All right. Sat Nam. Love you all.